back to another exciting episode of As the Corn Grows. Today, we join Ronny P as he gets ready to interview Betty Thompson for a segment of the Ronny Stinger Show. Well, thanks for agreeing to meet me here today, Mrs. Thompson.
Well, no problem, Ronny. I just got back from a speaking engagement over at New Pork. I'm on the committee there for the convention, the caterers convention,
Okay. Well, okay, that's fine. Now, you brought the DVD from last year's Sweet Swine Picnic.
Well, I did, but I wasn't quite clear why you wanted me to bring this. I thought you were going to interview me for the Ronny Stinker Show.
Ronny Stinger Show. Which I'm going to, but let's watch this first.
Well, why?
I want to review it. I need to take some notes, get some background, all that.
Well, what about my interview?
Do you mind if we watch this first?
Well, all right. Don't get all huffy here. I have a hair appointment at Sylvia's at 2 o'clock. You know I have to be finished.
Yeah, well, no problem. I have to interview a bunch of cooks from around Sweet Swine County, for the barbecue cook-off queen contest.
That'll be a very short list, Ronny. I've taken home the crown the last 11 years in a row.
Oh, I know you're the best cook in the county, but, I've got to interview more than just you. I'm interviewing Mrs. Swanson.
Mrs. Swanson?
Yes.
I wouldn't serve her stuff to my dog.
Well, I have to interview more than one cook, or this is going to be the Betty Thompson Chronicles or something.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Could you just push that in and let's watch that?
Come on. All right. Don't get yourself in a fit here.
Ooh-wee, Katie, you done on Ella proud, I think.
Yes, indeed. The mayor's coming with his wife, Colonel von Bragger, Lawyer Ed, and Nurse Alice. Why, anybody who's anybody will be here. Giddy up. Is Elmer going to be here?
Why, yes, I invited him myself. And guess what? His family is taking care of all of the entertainment.
My goodness. Is Aunt Minnie and Cousin John with his 5 crazy sisters coming?
Oh, I saw Cousin John at the Daily Boar, and he's coming with bells on, and Minnie's been cooking up a storm all week.
Well, I say the lemonade is ready, the watermelons are cooling, so let's get this shindig started!
Yay! Wasn't that the most perfect picnic day?
Well, it started out that way.
What do you mean?
Well, it wasn't all sweetness and lemonade,
Yeah, but it was warm and sunny and everybody in the county came.
You really have forgotten, haven't you, Ronny?
Well, no, I remember plenty. Let's just watch. Let's watch.
Well, Ronny P. Pull up a chair and relax.
Woo! You can call me Ronny. Well, how you doing there? Yes, sir, I'll tell ya. I've been nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, I'll tell ya. Miss Katie, she's got me going here and there, toting this, toting that. I'll tell ya, I'm exhausted.
Yes, well, what's the hubbub?
This here? This is the Sweet Swine Days Picnic. It was Aunt Ella's favorite shindig. I mean, we've got music, we've got games, we've got food. It is to die for. Oh, goodness.
What is it, Ronny?
Well, it says here that the Fourth National Bank of Bovine was just robbed. I'll tell you, that's the 5th in the last month, and it looks like they're coming all the way to Sweet Swine.
A bank robbery? Do they have any leads?
Well, not really. It's all over the place. They say he's tall, they say he's short. They got blonde hair, he's got black. He's blue-eyed, he's brown. It's all over the place. But the one thing they do say, every time he leaves the bank, he winks.
A wink?
They call him the Winkin' Bandit. And I'll tell you, Cousin John better watch out. He better beef up security, because I think he's headed this way. See, that was a perfectly fine conversation between Willie and me.
Have you forgotten he turned out to be a bank robber And a kidnapper?
No, I did not forget that he was a bank robber. All I'm saying is it was a perfectly fine day for a conversation on the porch.
Well, yes. And the picnic was not a total bust. I mean, we didn't embarrass ourselves in front of a guest from Russia, Natasha
Churchenko.
Oh, well, let's look at that.
Wow.
Cousin John, Aunt Minnie, I'd like to introduce you to Natasha Churchenkov.
Natasha Churchenkov, the famous Russian author?
Oh, well, Russian, yes, but not famous, no.
Oh, you're just being modest. Cousin John, I was going to introduce you two next week. Natasha has some questions for you.
Yes, indeed. I am researching my book about American chicken farmer, and of course, as Elmer says, I should be going to the horse's mouth, so to speak.
If you want to know about anything chicken, Johnny's your man.
Minnie, please. Listen, just call me next week. We'll set something up.
Very good. Oh, why, Aunt Minnie, that is an incredible garment. Where did you get it?
Do you like it? I made it myself. I'm thinking of starting an upscale line of t-shirts. What do you think?
I'm stunned. I mean, my dear, it is absolutely stunning.
See, that's what I'm talking about. A nice conversation between friends.
Yes, and 2 minutes later, they were going at it in the house.
Woo-hoo-hoo! I know, I remember that. And I didn't know if I was supposed to duck for cover or just intervene.
Well, they caught it all on tape. Let's watch.
Oh, no!
What's wrong, Miss Katie?
Oh, Ronnie, it's Elmer and that bimbo, that Russian bimbo.
Russian bimbo?
Yes. Oh, gosh, it's Natasha
Natasha Churchenkov. I met her at Piggly Wiggly. She seemed plenty nice to me.
Oh, Ronnie, no, you don't understand. She is swept into town, and she's captured Elmer's heart. And there's no future for them. There's nothing for them, only heartache. Oh, what am I going to do, Ronnie? I was told by Elmer that perhaps you could help me. Well, Missy, Elmer told you wrong. Excuse me, miss, have I offended you?
Maybe I can help?
Listen, you Russian book writer. Elma is my fella. And if you don't back off, I'm gonna have to deal with you, and I'm a force to be reckoned with. Well, let me tell you something, dear. I have spent very many tender moments with Elmer, and in all that time, I have never seen your name stamped upon him anywhere. Them's fighting words. Oh, you amuse me. Do you know, you remind me of a cartoon character I saw on TV in the Split Hoof Motel this morning. Yes, Yosemite Sam. Mm-hmm.
Now just wait a moment. You girls calm down.
Now, Ronnie, you calm down. I can handle it.
Girl fight!
Ah! Ah! Oh, you hussy, you! Ah! Oh! Can't hurt me, you American capitalist bimbo. Ah! Oh!
Hooey, those girls were not fooling around.
Oh, that's for sure. And the funniest thing, they were fighting over, of all people, Elmer Plow.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Prairie Ann is so starry-eyed over that man. I cannot understand what anybody sees in him.
I hear you. We can fast forward through this next part.
No. Sorry, no can do. I think we need to watch it all.
But
No buts. Now let's go.
Ooh.
Well, Mrs. Swanson, how was your big date with Clem Johnson?
Oh, Prairie Ann, that Clem Johnson is a total package. Handsome, refined, well-to-do. Yes, sirree, Bob. I think he's my ticket to paradise.
Well, don't look now, because here comes Betty Thompson with your ticket to paradise, and he's all smiles.
That stinking little harlot, she's been a thorn in my side for years. We're going to have this out once and for all.
Oh, Prairie Hen, Katie has this place picked up like a picture postcard.
Listen, sister, I've taken just about all I'm going to take from you.
Lighten up, Mrs. Swanson. This is supposed to be a party.
Lighten up yourself, you old bat. I used to think that you would just flirt with everybody that wore pants. But oh no, I think you just like my men.
Your men?
Yes.
Your men?
Yes. You couldn't keep your mitts off poor Mr. Swanson. God rest his soul. And now you're after my new beau, Clem Johnson. You know, you've got your own cooking show, and I can see why. You're used to having leftovers.
Listen, if those fellas are so easily distracted, the bond wasn't that strong to begin with. And as far as leftovers go, with the right seasoning, they're better served the next day.
Don't fight, girls. Let's have some lemonade and cool off.
Cool down? She's the one that needs to cool down. She's the one that started this. You want a knuckle sandwich?
Well, I'd slap you silly if you wouldn't be there already.
Bring it on.
I never knew Mrs. Swanson was so jealous of you.
Well, yes, she's been telling lies about me for years. Accuses me of stealing her boyfriends. The only thing she attracts is flies.
Yeah. Well,
I just learned to leave, pay her no never mind.
She accused you of killing her brother. Yeah. And she's, of course, she says, you can't cook your way out of a bag.
Yes, well, my first husband, her brother, died of a heart attack. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. The woman is just a bitter wannabe. She thinks she's going to be a caterer that can compete with me.
Some people are so touchy.
What was that?
Yeah, well, nothing. I seem to remember things got really tense after lunch.
You got that right, Ronnie.
Yeah, because it seems to me that after the dessert, the cookies and the cream and all of that, then Cousin John and Elmer Plow started screaming at each other.
Yes, and then everybody started to gather around.
Yep, that's right. Just everybody gathered around and, somebody could have gotten hurt. Now, Officer Dave had to break it up.
He looked like he was in the middle of a fifth sandwich.
Well, but the thing of, I felt so bad for Miss Katie because it was her first picnic in Sweet Swine and everybody was there.
I'm sure. The poor dear, yes, indeed.
I can't remember who won the fight.
Well, let's just watch and find out.
Well, now that the girls are busy discussing who's wearing what, who's here with who, I got a little bone to pick with you.
Well, you should, Cousin John, because I spent half my day in Split Hoof at your chicken operation doing a farm safety inspection. And let me tell you something, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Ashamed nothing. That place is so simple to run, a monkey could do it.
Monkeys? You got monkeys working there? Where were they when I was there? Hiding up in the trees?
I'm not hiring monkeys, you moron. That's a figure of speech. Chicken Safety Board says I gotta pay a $50,000 fine and have my equipment up to snuff in 30 days, or they're gonna yank my operation.
Well, let me tell you, 50,000's nothing for what I saw. In that report, I sent that off to the man in St. Paul. You gotta deal with him, and you know who he is? He's the chicken man.
Why, you narrow-minded, khaki-clad son of a... I ought to give you a good thrashing.
Hey, listen, violence never solved anything, Cousin John.
Maybe not, but if I'm gonna have to pay thousands of dollars for a safety inspection, I'm gonna get my money's worth beating you silly.
Now, I'm warning you, I am light on my feet, and I'm a master of kamikaze martial arts.
Yeah, be master all you want. One good punch, you're gonna be down crying, running home, have mom a kiss it, make it better.
Let's go, Cousin John.
Listen,
right now.
Come on,
let's go. Come
I'll
on.
slap the
come
safety
on.
right out of you, boy.
No, come on, let's go.
You don't want any of this.
Let's go right now. Right now.
I got $20 on you, Cousin John, so you better get in a couple more good licks.
Okay, John, I am your mother. Make me proud, son.
What do you think you're trying to do? You're a big old donkey forehead.
Oh, Tats, I'm gonna get you so good.
You're going down.
What's gotten into everyone? Is this any kind of example to set for the impressionable, innocent children?
I didn't know Elmer knew kamikaze martial arts. So, Elmer-san.
There must be something in the lemonade. Katie slapping Natasha, Mrs. Swanson's trouncing Betty Thompson, and now Elmer and Cousin John. What's next? Reverend Bill and Dougie Dugan duking it out?
Don't worry, Elmer. Cousin John can't punch his way out of a paper bag.
There, I'll knock some color into your life.
Oh, I'm gonna get you, Cousin John. I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna put you down on the ground.
Now, boys, let's not fight. It's a party.
Man, Katie Olson, when you throw a party, you throw a party. Hit him, John, hit him!
You can take him, Johnny. He fights like a girl.
Is it my imagination, or is Mrs. Swanson giving me the eye?
Well, Prairie Ann better watch out. Cousin John could go flying in her direction at any moment and crush her delicate beauty to smithereens.
This is better than Saturday Night Wrestling.
You may think you've won the battle, Mrs. Swanson, but I'm the one that's going to go home with Clem.
I think Elmer's getting tired. I knew I should have bet on Cousin John.
I know I should try to break this up, but I'm pretty sure that if I get in between Big John and Elmer, I'll be the one who ends up broken.
Uh-oh, Elmer's shoe is untied. This doesn't look good.
Oh dear, poor Aunt Ella must be turning over in her grave. Oh well. Look out for that left hook, son.
Oh, look, Officer Dave's here. He'll put an end to all this tomfoolery.
Okay, Elmer, he can't keep landing punches forever. I think you're wearing him out.
What in the world is going on? It looks like a scene from So You Want to Be a Prize Fighter?
I hate saying hello to people behind the bushes.
Give it what for, Johnny? He's a mama's boy if I ever saw one.
Officer Dave, look out! Uh-oh!
Isn't Officer Dave a handsome fellow? So nice and polite. I wonder if he's married.
Look out, Elmer, duck! Bob and weave, that's right. He can't hit a moving target.
I think you've got him on the rope, Johnny. One more good punch and, oh, that's gonna leave a mark. If I do say so myself, I sure know how to throw one heck of a party.
Well, the free-for-all is over, but has the best man won? Will Katie have to stock more ice for next year's picnic? Will Elmer hire Lawyer Ed for his personal injury lawsuit? Will the good citizens of Sweet Swine County ever stop talking about the Sweet Swine Days Picnic? And will Cousin John have to work on his left-right hook? Well, I'd say that was a toss-up, wouldn't you?
Yes, I guess so. But enough of last year. What about we're going to do this interview for me, the cook-off? You were going to interview me.
Yeah. But first, that reminds me. Have you seen Katie lately?
Well, no, she wasn't at the meeting of the Sweet Swine Committee the other week.
Isn't she the chairperson?
Well, yes, sure she is.
Well, I'm getting worried. No one's seen her for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, that's
2 weeks?
She went over to High Horse for supplies, and no one has heard from her ever since.
Oh, did you call Officer Dave and report it?
Officer Dave is out in L.A. at a convention on terrorism, and I just thought, Melvin, forget it. No, I don't think Melvin's up to that.
Yeah. Don't worry about Melvin. He can't handle this. I think I'm going to make some calls.
Who are you going to call?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Ah, the good old days. Will Ronny find Katie in time to host this year's Sweet Swine Days Picnic? And will Betty make her 2 o'clock appointment with Sylvia? Find out next time on As the Corn Grows!